And it's for evil, not to aid. Flood the market through the media. People can't evade, so it's fuck you. Pay me until I DOA. It's either in your DNA or you work with the DEA. The dish you can turn it, on a nigga, MIA. Not the city and the state or the county known as day. They praise your people in a race, so you got 0 chips to play. Whole family dismay, no moral compass or brigade. Sons and daughters, the feelings dissipate. The you can't go victim of the game. Going without a trace of anxious gets rebuffed for tape. They call the shit a hustle, but really you're getting raped. The colder the case, the more in the blaze. And pray the Lord and curses me and save another. The media's been the problem. Consider all the time and the money and the shit we could have bought. Instead of soldiers getting slaughtered, charges brought up. My nigga, you should call us. In the fresh, it's just a problem. To me, it's been a problem. Consider all the time and the money and the shit we could have bought. Instead of soldiers getting slaughtered, charges brought up. My nigga, you should call us. Extend in the fresh.
Trust in lying word. Trust in lying word. Like that disgusting rich sell-off on you before you got integrated neighborhoods. And guess what happened? They turned into projects. Now the white man flooding them with crack, flooding them with heroin, flooding them with guns. Let you murder each other. Now legalized weed. After all your fathers and sons and nephews is doing life without parole in prison for selling drugs.
Roofers are furious about this new product that's going viral. Replace your whole roof in as little as 8 hours? And right now, we're looking for homeowners to experience this futuristic roofing product.
Now we're getting them out anyway, but we'd like to get them out a lot faster. And when you see these towns, and when you see these thugs being thrown into the back of a paddy wagon, you just see them thrown in, rough. I said, please don't be too nice. Like when you guys put somebody in the car and you're protecting their head, you know, the way you put their hand up. Like, don't hit their head and they've just killed somebody, don't hit their head. I said, you can take the hand away, okay?
That ain't never taken arms, but you mad at the seer cause I'm ringing the alarm. While you wait upon karma, I'ma reinforce my armor and fortify the stronghold with UPK honor. You're staring at the stars with cold airs where your hop was shot. But west, I will never let my colors fly. And when my brothers die, they coming back in glory. It goes on and on, never boring. Easy like Sunday morning newspaper. I'm blazing on the enemy, the gas of my neighbor. Let them know it's nothing greater than a black man's blood. Hispanic and Native Indian man, we all brothers. The day is gonna come when we see things clearly. Till then, gnash on your teeth and cheerlead. These Edomites fear me cause they know I'm not you. They know they can't toss me around like a horseshoe. We win it going to the white man stays the devil. When you see us on the streets, we louder than heavy metal. We got it on every level on some war type shit. The people that are scattered abroad, we gotta flip. Whether they hear from bed, crown on my head. You can treat it like a game, but you better beware. Every word I declare is the truth, not fair. You understand you're dealing with cubes, not squares. Lion, tigers, and bears, they will all be defeated. These are metaphors for people, no lifeguard needed. We going off the deep and the sharks tend to creep in on a silly like when you regard a mention deacon. You can catch me every weekend on top of the corner speaking to a people with as if I got my not seeking the years of hard burners and drugs. Catch a tweaking, what they taught was a lie. It's not a secret. I got the treatment, so it's more like surgery.
You never heard of me, but when I move on, they be like, me that perfect, tell them sing a new song. They be like, he was right, we only know to do wrong. I think we should be inside 144 strong. You never heard of me, but when I move on, they be like, me that perfect, tell them sing a new song. They be like, he was right, we only know to do wrong. I think we should be inside 144 strong.
What a waste of your energy, your enemy moved on. Back to life is the rich, dip in the grave pool. On another day, a new dawn, the white race stays the devil as disciples of Christ. For us to rule, they gotta fall. No Buckle up, smash brothers and bro. It's Mortal Kombat. America is where Russia is gonna drop them bombs at. It on, it's just a fast rally. World War III, I call it the grand finale. Italian Benjamin sipping H1 prowling. Issachar and Zebulon prowling. Aparium and Asher and Asher routing. Gat on glad pow wow. And Ruben getting stupid with his brethren. Oh no, yeah. It's a Leon getting it on. We taking the kingdom and throne forever and ever. When the righteous have authority, and more importantly, when the wicked bear through, they treat the Israelites accordingly. Now we want the glory, dominion, and power. Whatever this rock falls on gets twin tower. Burning the powder, quick hour like Babylon. Battle on four fronts, going for the vagabond. Remembering the death of my enemy, still breathing. When the heads start rolling, you believe it. I don't wish no good upon a heathen. When they baby start screaming, I'ma see if they headstrong. Grab the little fuckers by the feet. Barry Bonds, welcome to the terror zone. Call me Joe Clark, call me Batman. You're banging on Noah's Ark. This is BET after dark. You know what's up, cause this is all you get. Out the gut like Brian, you. These bald head nuts like Kai. You undercover brother style. Except the arguments buck wild. Missiles launching out of the side. Look, we rock the shoulder, baby. Not a fucking idol.
You never heard of me, but when I move on, that be like me, that prophet tell him sing a new song. That be like he was right, we only know to do wrong. By then we should be inside 144 strong. You never heard of me, but when I move on, they be like me, that prophet tell him sing a new song. They be like he was right, we only know to do wrong. By then we should be inside 144 strong. Don't get it twisted, the world will never end. Our oppressors will learn then. We defend the truth, we not some Israelite crew. Alex Haley had roots, UPK got the proof that black people ain't Africans. We different fruit, we suffered the abuse, hung from a different tree. Now we the transformers with wicked pay homage to universal practical knowledge of how it is in heaven, let the earth be. It's silence, let the earth be. 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 Silence.
You need to be laying on Mill Hospital. He need to go to prison, man. He wanna play crazy. He wasn't crazy when he killed my son, man. He wasn't crazy then, but he's crazy now.
Shalom, it's real. That's my main man, The Rock, out of Cali. You understand? That boy makes some cold music. And he done made some songs for us here for the St. Louis school, intros, Sharp and Sword radio show, and my drug lecture that we did here. You know what I'm saying? He made a song for that too, that boy Cole. You know what I'm saying? We got my main man, the ball, the town, the ones and the two, holding it down. We're gonna get into tonight's topic about these laws. You understand? The Old Testament laws, Apocrypha laws, and New Testament laws. Meaning that guess what? All the way from the front to the back of the book, guess what? Every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is supposed to be doing. Say it with me, class. Keeping the law. You're supposed to be keeping the laws. Most times, Christ. You understand? Christians will have you believing in nonsense. You understand? What preachers know is that you want to be just as wicked as you can be anyway. They know you don't want to follow the law.
Right.
So they made it real convenient and real smooth. And more important, believable. It's believable.
Nah.
For some odd reason, they go in these scriptures and they say Christ did away with the law. But when you actually read what it say, it ain't talking about him taking away the do's and don'ts.
Right.
You understand? What he took away was the punishment of the law. At this point, no brother is supposed or sister is supposed to be getting stoned for their sins.
Right.
The Most High gonna deal with you on that. You understand? So right now, at this point, what you should be doing is you should be coming in here learning how to keep it. You understand? Because what's that saying? That Tupac had tatted on his chest. Only God can judge me. Boy, do you realize what you saying? Do you realize what you asking for? You understand? I would rather be judged by these priests, you know what I'm saying, than the Most High. Come on. do they know they asking for a call?
Sir.
Good damn night out. They have no clue. Because the Most High ain't, look, listen, the priest don't play.
Yeah.
You understand? The priest
Yeah.
didn't play. You understand? If you did something worthy of getting that dome split, you got that dome split. You understand?
Okay.
The Most High said split it. So, but now you think you think you're getting away with whatever you're doing because there's no one to come and split your dome. So you'll sleep with whoever's wife, you'll
Right.
molest whoever's child, you'll smoke weed and crack, you'll sell weed and crack. Hell, now they finna sell them the fentanyl pills, the candy pills that came here in St. Louis. Didn't we just drop that last week? And how many million of those pieces of fentanyl candy did they say they was making up? Or they had already made.
Yeah, it's like I believe they said that one agency, that one sheriff's office.
Yeah.
I think they had ended up being somewhere around 2 million for
night.
one sheriff's office.
Good night. And it had made its way here to St. Louis.
Damn right.
Y'all think the prophets is playing? I guess maybe when your child gets that dope and die from it, then maybe you'll want to change your life.
Right.
You understand? I guess enough people haven't died in the hood already, y'all, to make these niggas want to change their life.
Sir.
I guess that wasn't enough for them. To watch your mama and your daddy go to prison, your mama's smoking crack and selling her body for it, and all this stuff that's been going on in the hood for a very long time. I guess that's just not enough. I guess that's just not enough. Drugs ain't gonna get you like it got your mama. Jail ain't gonna get you like it did your daddy. Okay. All right. We'll see. You understand? We will see. Okay? But let's get off into the first one. Give me Genesis 17 and start at 1 and go to I believe 7.
Sir. The book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And when Abram was 90 years old, that's like 90 years old and 9, Yahweh appeared to Abram, and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me and be thou perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. And I will make my covenant between me and thee.
With who?
Me and thee.
Okay. Most High made his covenant with his name Abram at this point. Okay. Keep going.
Verse 3. That's like, and I will multiply thee exceedingly. Verse 3. And Abram fell on his face, and Yahweh talked with him, saying, verse 4, as for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be a father of many nations.
Now stop right here. The Christians really they really got this twisted. They really think that Abraham, same person. This is before his name changed. But I don't want nobody to say, his name is Abraham. His name is Abraham. You know how technical they are out there in the world. You understand? So we gotta keep it precise for the naysayers and the haters. You understand? But he turned around and he said that he gonna make him a father of many nations, right? The Christians, the black Christians in the church, you know who's first of those nations that they love to pick? It's the white nation. It's the Edomites. You understand? The so-called white man. They love them. So that's the first nation. As a matter of fact, that's the only nation they're really concerned with. You know? And you have to see this for what it is.
Right.
Black people are just, what the scripture calls us? Homeborn slaves, man. Homeborn slaves. That's it. That's all you can say about it. Because we will fight, die, kill, lie, steal. We'll do everything evil as long as our oppressor is tagging along.
Right.
If we, as long as we can have him, man, look, it's gonna be a beautiful day here. As long as the slaves can have their masters. Like they don't want the Most High. They don't want Yahweh Shai to rule over them. They don't want our King Christ to rule over them. They want the white man to rule over them. Why? Because the white man, he makes a way for you to be nasty.
Right.
He passes laws to say you can be gay, when God already said you can't. if it was in God they trust, like what they claim, and it wasn't that money, that's what God is. You understand? God is the money. It ain't the God in heaven. You understand? Because this place does not do anything righteous. Nothing. What are they known for righteous? I'll wait. You understand? They turn around and will let your woman sleep with whoever she wants to sleep with, and you can't say nothing to her about it.
Right.
You don't have a voice as a man here in this place. The black woman is always fighting, talking about having a voice. Who they get a voice to? They gave it to the woman. Why? Because they know that's how you destroy a people.
Right.
By giving the voice to the woman, and had a man, you smack him in the mouth like a little fish and tell him shut up and quiet.
Yeah.
And then what do you do? Go to the corner. Go sit on the couch. Play the game. You understand? He's scared to get put out.
Right.
That's what he do. So he just sit, play the game, and don't say a word. You understand? Why? Because the white man, he is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's
Our
right.
oppressor gave the voice to the woman. And she been cackling, oh my God, for the longest. And won't shut up. Will she shut up? It's women's empowerment, everything. When the hell they gonna ever empower the man? I've never seen a man's empowerment workshop ever. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen one? Have you ever seen a men's empowerment workshop? Never seen that. Do you know of a place where a man can truly be a man other than the ISUPK? Because you could be just as loud, you could talk just as long. Hell, we got classes. You come in here and you be a trooper, and then you turn around and get, pass that officer's test. You understand? You'll be able to talk as long as the hell you want. You understand? And as loud as you want. You go to camp, and you can be just as loud, well, with or without the microphone. You understand me? Well, this is the only place I know where a man can be a goddamn man.
Yeah, right.
That's it. Commander Junior Hunter is raising real men up in here. Not no men that's gonna be all soft up under their woman. You understand? That ain't happening. Okay? But they gave the damn voice to the woman. Why? Because they know that's backwards, man.
Right.
They know that's backwards. All them women that turned around and when who was that? Hillary Clinton was going up against Trump.
Yeah.
Who did they vote for? Who did those women vote for? The majority of women voted for the man, Donald Trump. They didn't vote for no woman. They know that it's gonna take a man to lead this country. Not no woman. Women help. Don't get me twisted. You understand? Women help, but women ain't gonna be the ones in the front doing it all and calling the shots. That's not gonna happen. You understand? That's not gonna take place.
Right.
He read.
Verse 5. Neither shall thy name be any more called Abram,
Okay, now here we go.
but thy name shall be Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee. Verse 6. And I will make thee exceeding fruitful.
He's gonna make it exceeding fruitful. You understand? Talking about children that we don't have. You understand? His descendants. You understand? He didn't have descendants. He had all the children he was gonna have, and then his children started having children, and grandchildren, and so on and so on and so on. And goddamn, Abraham was our great. Hey, look, he great. He's way on down the line, ain't he? But you understand? You get the point. Come on, be real. Was it 7? What verse was that?
6, sir.
6 count. Go ahead. Give me 7.
Verse 7. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed
And
after
who?
thee. Thy seed after thee.
Thy seed after thee. Let me tell you something. For you Christians that like to lie on the Bible, the Lord was real precise as to who he established his covenant with. And this man's name is Abram. All right? Then got changed to Abraham. And then it said that covenant goes to who?
Thy seed after thee.
It goes to, it's between him, the Most High, and Abraham, and who?
Thy seed after
Thy
thee.
seed after thee. You gotta go in the scripture to know who his seed is.
Yeah.
It says it. Isaac. You understand? They like to for you Negroes that's in Islam that love Ishmael. Y'all know what the hell y'all doing. Y'all know exactly what y'all doing. You're trying to put Ishmael in there because you're in love with the Arabs. You understand? You follow the Arabs, and then you just a little B-I, well, how she spell it? B-I-C-T-H, and in that order.
Yeah.
You understand? Who was the Scrappy Mom on the show? You're a B-I-C-T-H, and in that order for the Arabs. And they know it. They know it.
Right.
They don't even think about you. What Arab, what real Arab ever spoke out for any of the Negroes, man? Muhammad, Farrakhan, Ben X, none of the niggas, man. Who did they ever speak out for? Who did they ever? I mean, come on.
Right.
Like that's stupid. They ain't joined you not one time.
Right.
They ain't went to not one of your rallies, one of your sessions. They was at none of your. They made a lot of money in all. How many marches did Farrakhan do? 5? When they 5
I think
marches
it might have
on,
been.
they made a lot of money owning the businesses out there.
Right.
Not hardly any black businesses made any money from that nonsense.
Right.
You understand? They didn't make hardly any money, but you know who did? Everybody else.
Right.
The Arabs, the so-called white man, the Elamites, the East Indians with the Dunkin' Donuts and the dots on their forehead. You understand? They own hotels and everything else. Everybody else made money except for us.
Yeah.
5 marches on Washington and didn't put no money. Why didn't you just march in Chicago? You understand? You wanted to be like Martin Luther King. That's the thing.
Right.
The who wants to be the next best Martin Luther King, the next best sellout, the next best sucker and traitor to his own people? That's all they are.
Right.
You understand? Farrakhan did 5 of those things and got up there and talked some of the same nonsense Martin Luther King did, which was nothing. He got up there talking about heaven is in between the black woman's legs. I said, nigga, get the hell off stage. It's like, come on, man. Don't get me wrong. What's in between? It's good.
Yeah, right.
It's real good now. I ain't gonna lie. But it ain't heaven, man. We sitting here getting murdered and killed and oppressed in hell, and your way out is between the woman's legs? No, that's the scene on what was that? Boys in the Hood. When Ricky not Ricky, what's the brother name? Cuba Gooding, what is when he went in there swinging and fighting, crying and all that. And then the love scene happened. That's what that is right there. Okay? Because of this oppression, because of what we going through, he went in there swinging, crying and hollering. He going in, right? He don't know what to do. And that worked. I'm gonna have to try that on my Ricky. Go home one day and see what they do. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, that's what that is. You understand? The heaven in between the black and the legs. That's what that's for right there. You know, that love scene that he did. You're mad about what's going on in the hood, your job and all that, and you take that frustration out on your woman in a good way.
Yeah, right.
You understand? There's nothing wrong with that. But this situation that we are in, so-called his main cause for doing what he was doing.
God.
Right? Was to come with some solutions. He ain't do none of that. He ain't had no answer for it.
Right.
You understand? Like I don't understand why people keep following them, man. Martin Luther King sold you a dream. He lied. Farrakhan sold you a dream. He lied. All these Christian pastors and reverends and deacons and bishops, and they all lie. They all selling you dreams and molesting your kids at the same time.
Right.
And sleeping with your wife at the same time. They doing all manner of evil, man. At the same time, they be talking about helping you. And they ain't helping you do shit.
Right.
They ain't changing nothing, man, in the black community. They ain't trying to change nothing in the black community. That's not their plan. The plan is to get the few little dollars left that's in the black community that the white man ain't sucked up out of. That's their plan. Farrakhan raised a lot of money, man.
All the time.
Just think, millions of people is there at that event.
All the time, sir.
Not even Muslims. A lot of people that was not Muslims attended. They attended, and just say they gave $1, $2, $5 a piece.
Yeah.
$5 a piece.
Okay.
That's a lot of millions.
Okay.
Come on with it.
That's a lot, like you was talking about. I highly doubt any of those bus companies they all used to get there was owned by one black person at all.
Come on.
I highly doubt any of those restaurants they stopped at and spent all their money in had anything to do with our people. I highly doubt any hotel that all of those people went and stayed in D.C. I highly doubt we owned any of that.
You got any Negro pie?
So like that.
Did they have any Negro pie there?
And Salakia, sir, but before he changed his name to Farrakhan, Louis Walcott, he also gave himself another name, because before he was a minister of the Nation of Islam, he was a calypso singer, right? He called himself the Charmer. And that's what he does.
Right.
Like, he's not telling anybody the truth. He's just charming them. He hasn't, he just stopped. He ain't really even stopped singing for real, because he still sing when he be up there preaching his sermons and whatnot. His Christian sermons, because I don't think I've ever seen a Muslim read out of the Bible that much.
God.
I'm like, I can't remember. I cannot remember ever hearing Farrakhan ever quote the Quran. Like, these are Christians, and he just charmed them into believing that it was different than Christianity. It's not. You charm these people into believing that you're telling them some truth.
Yeah.
You don't. You're not talking any truth. And the only semblance of truth he ever mentioned is what they learned after they came and studied under the ISUPK. When Elijah Muhammad sent some of his people into our school, that's when they started saying, "Oh, the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of." That's when they started saying that the black man was I don't even think they said Native or Hispanic, but the black man are the true children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
But
he put that in order.
He said that, sir. He said that multiple times. And he got that from Elijah Muhammad, who sent his men to come learn from the 7 heads.
Right.
Like, that's the only knowledge they actually got, is when they came here and learned. Okay. And then everything else is just him charming you and using Christian tactics that the snakes of our people have been using for hundreds of years to keep their position while keeping us down. Which is no different than what they did biblically. Because isn't that what the scribes and the Pharisees said? Yeah. If we let him keep going, we'll lose our position with the white man, with the oppressor,
right.
with the Roman at the time.
Yeah.
Like so the Christian pastor is just following right along in their footsteps. They can't tell you the truth because they'll lose their position.
Right.
And Farrakhan is the exact same way as every other Christian minister.
Yeah. And the video that he did where he admitted that Jesus Christ was his Lord and his Savior. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I said, hold on. What is that? Allah Akbar is going on here. You understand? What in the Assalamu alaikum? You understand? What in the hell is going on here? He turned around and said, for what I've been teaching, he said, what is that? It might be killed, or I think it would be killed, something. I believe, what a lot of them do is when they try to, when they got to switch things up, they go to that, somebody might kill me. You know what I'm saying? What I've been saying and what I've been teaching, they might try to get rid of me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? When you're lying. The white man is a lying piece of crap himself. So I know he ain't mad at you about lying.
Right.
You is not telling nobody the truth. He's not going to come knocking on your door and try to kill you. Now, you don't give him his taxes, he might.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you collected a lot of bread.
No,
And you don't put him in on them taxes, on that money that you did. Now then he might come see you.
Nah.
You understand? But as far as like killing you because of what you saying, dude, you haven't said. The only thing truthful that he said was like you said. Finally, after all of these years, he came out and said that black were all the children of Israel.
Oh, yeah.
He said that. He got an article about that in his paper where he said that black people are the children of Israel. So why the hell are you following the religion of the children of Ishmael? If you're the children of Israel, it makes no sense.
Right.
You understand? And we're going to show you in the scripture where we're not supposed to be following children of Ishmael, children of Edom, children of Moab, children of Ham. We're not supposed to be following none of those guys.
Right.
Only people we're supposed to be following is each other, Israelites.
Right.
You understand? And we're going to show it to you. All right? Because guess what? It's in all the books. You understand? Even though it's the same book.
Right.
I say it like that because Christians think that these are separate books.
Nah,
You
nah,
understand?
nah.
They think the Old Testament is a separate book. They think the Apocrypha is a separate book. It came with this book. It's right in the middle of it. It's right in the middle of the Old Testament and the New Testament. It's part of the Old Testament. It really is. You understand? Do your research on it.
No,
Okay? But now let's go. Did we finish that? Oh yeah. You finished 7?
No.
Okay, God. Go to Second Ezra. Start at 3 and give me verse 1.
No. The book of Second Ezra, chapter 3, verse 1. In the 13th year, after the ruin of the city, I was in Babylon, and lay troubled upon my bed, and my thoughts came up over my heart. Verse 2. For I saw the desolation.
So real quick, so y'all know that he's sitting there, and he said, and laid troubled upon my bed, so he couldn't rest. You understand? And it said, my thoughts came up over my heart. So it became like his thoughts were just like overwhelming. You understand? He just could not sleep, you know, because of what he was thinking. Go ahead.
Verse 2. For I saw the desolation of Zion, and the wealth of them that dwelt at Babylon. Verse 3.
So he saw the destruction of our people. This is what was keeping him up. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 3. And my spirit was sore moved. So I began to speak words full of fear to the Most High, and said.
Okay, now notice that he said words full of fear. He spoke words full of fear to the Most High. He don't do like you Christians. They claim to be so bold in the name of Jesus. They talk to God as if God is they damn Plato or something. As if the Most High is they genie in the lamp. Nigga, I said I want a car. They rub the damn lamp. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I said I want a house. The hell wrong with you? That's how they talk to God. You understand? But not Ezra. You understand?
Yeah,
Come
right.
on with it.
Verse 4. O Yahweh, who bears the rule, thou speakest at the beginning when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people. Verse 5. And gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. Verse 6. And thou leadest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward.
So you get the point. You know what I'm saying? He get the point. He know who he talking to. Okay, he know he talking to the Most High. Look, you done did this, you did that. You gave Adam a body without a soul and turned around and made him alive right before thee. Look at her. You are the man. You understand? And he's giving it up to the Most High for the things that he's done first. You understand? First. That's what he's doing first. Not like you Christians, I just look for this money, and raise. You know what I'm saying? My bank account, I need my bank account swole. I want to call like my pastor, the other members. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do in that nasty church, man. It's just be begging God for things.
Yeah,
if I want a car, I just go buy it. Like, how is it? I mean, we ain't asking the Lord. We don't pray for things, and I ain't praying for no damn car. I go get one if I need a car. I ain't praying for no woman. I go get me some meat. You understand me? I ain't praying for no woman. Lord, if my wife, if you see her out there, Lord, send her to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being alone. You know, stop it, man. Christians are real stupid. You know, all you gotta do, all these bad sisters walking around her, just throw some game on and make her your woman. Not beg the Lord and like one day she ain't gonna see right through your nasty Christian self. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And see that you is freaking old little kids in the church and you sleeping with the neighbor's wife down the street. You don't think she gonna see that? Just because you praying to God, stop. She's going to find out all about your nasty Christian ass. And then she's going to be the woman that you pray for.
Right.
Just saying. She's going to be the woman divorcing you. Like you see that one that sister owned a daycare out in was that Detroit? And her husband molested some of the kids, accused of molesting some of the kids. I believe it's true.
Yeah.
He in court now. He in prison and he in court. She shot his ass. You saw that?
I
You
believe
read
that.
that? Yeah. She turned around and found out that her damn husband was nasty, and they got to arguing about it, and she shot his ass. You understand? Because of what he did to those children that's under her care.
Right.
You understand? I'm sure that sister opened that daycare because she loved babies.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's why she did. And she probably wanted to make one of the safest places. They say she got a decent daycare.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a decent facility. And this nasty bastard is molesting the kid. He driving the van.
Yeah.
So he picking them up, and while ain't nobody there, he taking them on the playground, playing with them in the van, showing them porn and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's this nasty bastard. It's this nasty Christian bastard is doing.
Yeah.
So your wife is going to, you pray to God all you want.
Right.
Your wife is going to find out about your nasty ass. She might shoot you.
God.
You understand?
God.
She might shoot you. I know that hurt that sister. You understand? For that type of stuff to happen up under her business, and not only under her business, but by her own damn Christian husband, man. Her own Christian husband. You Christians are despicable. You're disgusting and you're sick.
Right.
You understand? You are disgusting. I can't wait to get you out the way. You understand? You are in the way. You ain't been doing nothing but destroying the Lord's people, man, for too long. It's time to get you out of the way. And we're going to do it.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Come on with it,
Okay. Verse 7. Unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, and immediately thou appointedest death in him and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number.
Okay, so he commanded Adam, and he was supposed to love the way that he commanded him. You understand? Like what we do in the ISUPK, we absolutely love, we understand, and we love them. We love the commandments. We love the law. Come on with it, boss.
Salakia, sir, I thought the commandments didn't come until Moses got here.
Come on. Now you know that's what they say.
Kalakai, sir.
That's exactly what they said. That
Kalakai.
nasty bastard that was in that room, Christian. You understand?
Kalakai,
That
sir.
said incest was permissible. The Lord permitted that. You let everybody just molest each, you got sex with your mama, your son, your daddy, until the earth got populated to a point, and then now he said stop. And he gave Moses the law, and then he gave it to the Levite. You understand? Like stop. Like, stop it. Stop with the lies. Adam had the law.
Right.
Adam had the truth. Just didn't follow. Like the
That was
scripture
that.
said. And then was death appointed. So now we all dying. You understand?
Right.
And it don't just mean like, gun to the head, boom, ran over by a car, squashed dead. It means that you are being punished. It's the curses. That's what the death is.
Okay.
Now, death can be you get killed on the spot. That could be your judgment. You understand?
Yeah, that was it.
That very well could be it. That's up to the Most High.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on with it.
A lot of people. I mean, I don't. Well, I get it because they've been, deceived. But every day you in the hood, all you got to do is look out your front door to see death. And I ain't talking about nobody laying in the street. I'm talking about them walking up and down the street.
Right.
We are a nation full of zombies right now because we are the walking dead. And we can't even see that we did.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even understand that the life that was in us is gone. Like, we still have a semblance of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
We still, the Most High's chosen people, the Most High still made us different. But we ain't what we supposed to be. And we as a people know that, right? Because we sit there thinking like, I've heard this said multiple times, and I said it myself multiple times when I was in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how are people who are as intelligent, strong, and athletic, and everything that we are as a people, how are we continually at the bottom of every society? How is that happening? Like, because we're dead and we don't even know it. That's why. We don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. We're dead.
Yep, absolutely. I agree. That's what the Bible says. We are spiritually dead. That's the whole point. Just because you're alive, you might even be healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might even be healthy. It has nothing to do with you being spiritually dead.
Right.
Just because you can go to the gym and work it out, run miles, jog, lift weights, do all that, that means absolutely nothing. You are spiritually dead. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians as a whole, we are spiritually dead. You understand why? Because we do not do the thing that will bring us to life. We smoke weed and crack all over the place.
Yeah.
Like you said, all you gotta do is open your door.
Right.
All you gotta do is look at who you married to. You understand? All you gotta do is look at who's in your family.
Yeah.
You understand? So many brothers, I'm talking in the world, so many brothers and sisters are married to crackheads and weed heads. Like you said, straight zombies. You understand? So what it's all they do is drugs all day long. You know? I know a sister that I was just counseling. She in the world. I was trying to tell her she wanted to leave her husband. I was like, why would you do that? You know, well, all he do is use drugs. Well, hey, you gotta try to get the brother to rehab. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave him. Because you're gonna do it with another crackhead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all you're gonna do. You know? You're not good at picking men at all. So you're going to turn around and leave this crackhead, and you're gonna end up with another. You know, that's all. So why don't you just stay, try to work it out? I gave him so much time, and he got it done. It's like, dang. You know, that was terrible. But that's what our people is doing in the world. They dead. She dead. He dead. The whole family dead. All of them sinning left and right. And they don't understand. She think it's just him pulling her down when you're down, period. You understand? You're down, period. It's both of you. You know? I just see that, oh my God, I saw a video on TikTok where this sister just put a man on blast. And she going around the house, filming the house. But see, this is what happens when a motherfucker put all the responsibility on one person in this marriage. And the house was terrible. It was nasty. Piles of clothes in the bedroom, clothes all over the bed, shoes everywhere down the hall, laundry. She said we allowed to have a washing machine, but not a dryer. She said they had to put she had to air dry the clothes. So the clothes was all stacked outside I was like, damn. But the thing is, hey, you live like that too. Clean up. Don't video it. Clean the shit up. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? She walked up trying to put him on blast, and then at the end, someone, and that's why I'm leaving his ass. You know, you don't believe him and get with somebody else to live the same way. If she moved in her own apartment, it's gonna look the same way. Because that's how you live. That's how you. I was like, what in the hell? Now, what is the point of putting him on blast versus cleaning up the goddamn house?
Right.
If you don't live like that, then why don't you clean up the house?
Yeah.
Like, man, talking about something. Yeah, he gonna want me to cook, clean, suck, look, yeah. Do you know what happened back in the day? Your great grandma did that 5 times a day and didn't complain.
Okay, sir.
And did not complain.
Okay, sir.
And always, listen, I remember, good God. I remember one time my grandma, who was that? That guy, was it my dad? It was my daddy, probably my dad.
Yeah.
But they say my daddy, my grandma beat the hell out of him all the way from the 3rd floor of the house all the way to the basement because he wouldn't clean. Because he wouldn't help clean. He wouldn't do what he supposed to do. Then I turned around and was able to witness how my grandmother would go from the 3rd floor of the house all the way to the basement to clean up. I would help. She would have me right there helping when I was little. You understand? And big old house.
Okay.
Big old house, 4 kids, her and her husband. You understand?
Okay.
And she did not complain one time.
Right.
Not once. 2 kitchens, 2 bathrooms, big hallways, 3 bedrooms on the 3rd floor, 4 big bedrooms, 2nd floor, and 3 big bedrooms on the 1st floor, 2, and then 1 big old living room, and all. I'm talking about, and clean it all up. And have me right there, give me whatever little bit she had me doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was small. But I remember that. You know, she gave me the bag, I'm putting trash in it, or whatever it is she got me doing. Right? But the thing is, she didn't complain.
Right.
She worked. She had a job.
Right.
And she cooked. And I'm pretty sure Grandpa needed some lemon. And I'm pretty sure Grandma did that too. And I did not hear her complain about. Now she would complain on who didn't have what picked up.
Right.
And who wasn't helping her keep the house clean. But it wasn't like, oh, I gotta do all this and you want me to do all this and you ain't doing it. No.
Right.
I ain't heard none of that.
Right.
I know she took care of that house.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? And did not say a word.
Yeah, right.
So where do these sisters get this from that they just gonna complain their way out of their responsibility? Like, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, we have to say rule the house for the woman. You understand? The young women that are married and have children, rule the house well and all of that.
Okay.
These sisters gotta stop with this nonsense. You understand? What they say? What they say? What, old school woman or something like that?
Yeah.
Old school, man? Yeah, we gotta take it back to the old school. Right? Because they had a little more sense than what our brothers and sisters have right now. You understand? Because they were not complaining about taking care of each other. Who does that? Talk about who's gonna complain about, damn, I gotta actually take care of my woman. I gotta take care of you. Like, stop it. Like, I mean, you with her, ain't you?
Yeah.
Damn, you don't want to take care of her? You don't want to cook for the man? You with him, ain't you?
Yeah.
You don't want to have his little badass kids? You with him, ain't you? Damn.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what happens when you have sex. You have babies.
Right.
And now that you got them, now you don't want to take care of them. Come on. Come on. Now you got a man you don't want to do them sexual things you like? Damn. Like, come on. What's that song? Usher, that's what it's made for. That's what it's made for. It's made for love. Not to just sit there. Like, give it up. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Don't complain. Give them some. Goddamn. Come on with it.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 4. That they may teach the younger women.
That they may teach the younger women to do what?
To be sober.
To be sober. You sisters They love going on girls' trips, getting drunk, and doing all that, and with philosophy as well as alcohol. You understand? You're supposed to be drunk with alcohol, with wine, or philosophy.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
To love their husband.
You're supposed to do what to your husband?
To love their husband.
No, put them on blast and record a video of all the trash in the house.
To love their
To
husband.
sit here and say you can't do it all by yourself.
To love their husband.
No, you're supposed to love your husband, man. Not put y'all big. You made y'all look bad. You know what I'm saying? You made both of y'all look bad, not him. Nobody looked at that video and heard you talking and said, damn, he fucked up. No, it was y'all. It was y'all. Everybody looked at that video at y'all as a unit. You know what I'm saying? As a couple. Not as no individual, because you putting him on blast. That's why you can do what the scripture says, which is be discreet. You ain't gotta disclose all of that. Come on with it. You know, I got you. Come on with it.
To love their children.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. To be discreet.
To be what?
Discreet.
Stop running your damn mouth, sister. Just because you feel a certain way, damn, tell him when he get there. Learn to talk to the man when he get there. Humble your damn self. Stop being an idiot and saying whatever comes to mind and recording video trying to go viral. You gonna go viral, all right. Because as soon as niggas know that that's your nasty ass that put that video, they ain't gonna deal with you. While you trying to leave him and go get you somebody else. They gonna be like, oh, you the one made that video? Oh, okay, I see you later. Because you nasty. And you put niggas on blast. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to take business out in the damn street.
Right.
Stupid. You know what I'm saying? Come on with it. Be discreet. Shut your mouth. Come on.
Chaste.
Chaste, meaning you ain't sleeping around.
Right.
You understand? That's what that means. You're not sleeping around. And so many sisters here in this society, this is what y'all being taught to do. What's that song? I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. And none of you sisters are chasing the ring. You just chasing men for the time being. Like a lot of you sisters are doing way too much when it comes to men. I'm gonna be the one to tell you that. You ain't getting it for what it's worth, or what else they like to say? Or handle your business, or
it's like use what you got to get what you want.
you ain't using what you get. You using it up.
Right.
That's what you're doing to get what you want right now. Because nobody's gonna want to be what you once they found out how used up you are.
Right.
After so long, it's gonna be ran through. You ain't even gonna want it. You know what I'm saying? You are going to despise that little stinky thing in between your legs once too many people done ran through it. So why don't you just learn to stay with the one man you got through thick and thin? And then you say that? Through thick and thin. What do you say? Mud and jam? You understand? You know, okay, come on. Like, what happened to all of that? Let's go out the window, come on. Ain't nobody trying to stick you through thick and thin no more. All they want is the thick. If it ain't thick and it start thinning out, they gone. They start heading out. They start heading out. Be discreet and learn to love your husband. That's your man. He's over you. You two have become one flesh.
Right.
Learn to love that nigga, not drive him up the wall. Not even drive yourself crazy because you complaining and crying and whining and all that. You killing yourself. You know, you can learn to make adjustments. There's things that can, take place. I'm not saying you just have to deal with every single thing that you're going through. You can turn it around. You can fix a problem. It's not the end of the world, because, say he's not helping you with the cleaning in the house.
Right.
There could be some solutions. Like, first off, get a goddamn dryer. I know that would help solve some of them problems.
Okay.
Because, the clothes is sitting. You can't get a dryer, you can pick that stuff up a little faster. She can handle her business a little faster if she had a dryer. She can turn around, put it on a 20-30 minute spin. You understand? And she can hang the clothes up from there while the other ones is washing, and the other one's dry, and y'all get the point. You understand? I done seen some people back in the day had 2 washers and 2 dryers.
Oh, God.
The big families, man. Them aunties and grandma, boy, they knew how to handle business. They wasn't complaining. They told their man, baby, I need 2 washers and 2 dryers.
Okay.
And that nigga when he got it, and that woman kept that goddamn clothes for him, her, and all the kids.
Yeah, right.
And did not complain. You understand?
God,
And you can hang them right up. You can fold them and hang them up soon as they come out the dryer.
God.
Like that would fix a lot of that.
Right.
If that man would get that woman to dry. You see what I'm saying?
God.
But when you don't have anybody over you to go to,
Right.
when you don't have the Christian church, what good are they? They gonna try to sleep with you.
God.
You know what I'm
God,
saying?
sir.
Let her go show the pastor that video. Oh yeah? Oh, come on. You talk to your brother like this. You understand? He gonna turn around and try to get some Bill Clinton about you. And knowing that you married.
God.
Knowing that you married.
Yeah,
Man, you gonna get some of that Monica Lewinsky from Chiquita on the video.
Yeah,
Playing
yeah,
about her husband. That's what he gonna do. But when you trying to do it all by yourself, when you're trying to be a loner, you understand? When you're trying to be an individual, this is the problem that you have.
Right.
In the ISUPK, you got people over you that you can go to.
Okay.
You got a problem, you got somebody over you that can help you work on the problem, man.
Okay.
I don't know why our people still thinking that being an individual is what's going to like see us through. It's not going to work. It ain't never work. Being an individual like ain't never worked. Come on with it, boy.
Rock is Christianity.
Christian all day.
Because it starts with your whole personal relationship with Jesus. That's where it starts, right? Because it's only about you, right? They make it to where, like you say, well, only God can judge you, so don't worry about your brother and sister. If you see them doing something wrong, don't worry about what they do. It's only about you.
Right.
So everything is about you. The focus is on you, and that's how they. That's one of the biggest ways that they destroyed our community. Mm-hmm. They made us. They made us into individuals using Christianity. Right. That's what happened. Because
right.
I mean, the phrase "it takes a village to raise a child" came from us. But now, oh, you can't tell you better not even look at my kid. You better not say nothing to my kid. But
right.
if I'm watching out for my young brother and my young sister, what do you mean?
Right.
I see them doing something that's gonna get them killed. I'm not supposed to say nothing.
No, you gonna let them get killed. You gonna let them get killed. Ain't really your damn son.
Kind of God.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Kind of God, sir.
And that's what they really expect you to do.
Kind of God, sir.
But then we'll come to you and say, why didn't you do something? After he gets killed.
Kind of God.
After he gets hurt.
Kind of God, sir. That's a lot.
Good.
That even goes to, that's how it can be 30, 40 so-called black men standing around and just record as their brother get murdered by a police officer.
Right.
You just you got your phone out, because it ain't about it ain't about your people. It's about you. So for you to stay safe, you gonna stand there and record your brother getting slaughtered in front of you.
Yeah.
You gonna stand there and record a 9-minute video with your brother with a knee on his neck. It's a lot. Look, I get it. I get it. You know, you could have been risking your own life, but ain't nobody think to just push him off. Like something that the man can't breathe. He on the ground. He trying for his mother who's already dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right.
and nobody did anything. Why? Because we don't have a community.
Right.
And it is only about the individual, and that's the destruction of any people. When it's just about the one person, oh yeah, that's how you destroy a whole nation of people.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. It's ridiculous. Come on with it. Finish it up. Let's go back to the
Sir.
topic.
Keepers at home.
Keepers at home. What?
Keepers at home.
This ain't just what your man is requiring of you. This is what the Lord created you for. This is what the Lord is requiring of you to do. The man is actually supposed to be serving the Lord. And that's
right.
a big deal. You understand? That's a big deal, man, of trying to look after this nation. So that's what he got you for. So like it's to run the house. You understand? You're supposed to be a what? A keeper at what?
Keepers at
You're
home.
supposed to be a keeper at home. You understand? That's what you're supposed to do. Not be running the doggone streets.
Yeah.
Not what they say, not outside all the goddamn time. It's okay to go out sometime. Nothing wrong with that. But you're supposed to be a keeper at home, man. That's why our sisters is all loose. It's like, it's why they get in trouble everywhere they damn go. It's how they end up getting screwed everywhere they go. Like that one sister at the club that claimed that she got the date rape drug, and the brother supposed to have sex with her on the floor. It kind of looked like it for that video. You understand? I didn't see no rod, no vagina, but it kind of looked like that's what was going on. You understand? And that was terrible. But because you just so thirsty to go everywhere, because you love getting drunk and getting high, men buying you drink, buy your own goddamn drink. You so stupid. You know they putting drugs in drinks. Why the hell is you taking a drink from somebody?
Right.
Like, that's stupid. I'm gonna be watching the goddamn bartender to make sure he ain't putting nothing in the drink. You understand? Make sure that they come with that beer. Make sure they go right there with that beer. They pop it right in front of you. They turn around and I got to look. See what y'all doing.
Right.
You understand? I want to see that drink mixed up right in front of me.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you that damn thirsty for a $5 drink. You let somebody bring you a drink. Can I buy you a drink? Sure. Man, please. Look, my mom was smart. She was smart. She turned around and told me a story about when she went out. She went to the club one time. And she said, son, after that, I never went again. I said, why is that? She said, because this man, and my mom, she used to be bad. She was bad. You know what I'm saying? Very, very beautiful. And she went out, and her, my aunts, cousins, and stuff like that. And she said that the brother was begging her to buy a drink, chasing her around all night. And finally she was like, dude, like, why are you harassing me? Why are you sitting following me around? What do you want? He said, hey, this what you want her for, ain't it? And she said, when he said that, she said, oh, okay. Guess what? I'll never be out here again. You understand? And that's what my mama told me. She said, I just didn't go to clubs for that. But she had a man.
Right.
You understand? She with my dad. And she didn't want to be, harassed by another man. She just wanted to have fun with a girl, but she couldn't because of this pervert. You understand?
Right.
They think that every woman is gonna go home with you for a drink. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop it. Like, you can't get no woman no better way than that. You got to give her drinks. You got to get her drunk in order to be with you. Accidentally, anyway, because she's gonna pass out after all that drinking, after all that Henny, and that vodka, and that Ciroc, and and whatever else the hell she drinking. That's the only way you can get a woman. I feel bad for you.
Right.
You understand? It's some more on that.
Sir.
Come on with it.
Good.
They supposed you sisters are supposed to be good. You understand? Your behavior, that is. Okay? Not monstrous. All right?
Right.
Not creatures from the Black Lagoon. You understand? Not Godzilla and Count Dracula and everything else evil. You understand? You're supposed to be something good to a nigga. Come on with it.
Obedient to their own husbands.
Oh my God, he said it with his chest. Did you hear that nigga? He said, obedient to their own husbands. He said it with his chest. You better understand that. You're going to learn today. You understand? You're supposed to obey your husband, man. And it's a good thing. It's not like well, if your sisters didn't talk so much, it wouldn't be a bad thing. You just gotta tell your girls and tell your mama, tell your aunt. You got to tell everybody what's going on. So everybody can give their opinion on your relationship, which is stupid. It's stupid. It's none of their business what you do in your house. It's your business because your man tell you what to do and you do it. Who cares? Wow, they mad because they don't have one? That's probably it. You understand? 9 times out of 10, they don't have one. So they mad at you. Sisters ain't happy for you because you got no man. They hate it when you got one. They don't have a good one. Oh my God, don't have a good one. Those sisters are gonna be mad. They're gonna try to do every little thing you tell them. They go, what? He bought you flowers. A man, they buy you flowers, girl. Please, He trying to do something. He
Yeah,
got another
yeah,
woman.
yeah.
And she gonna find something to say. She's going to find something to say about that man to make him the worst person on the planet.
Right.
To make you see that, you know what, damn, is he messing with somebody else? He don't love me no more? Is this all a show? That's trying to put that seed in your head and then have you questioning your husband. All this time, y'all relationship was good until you start listening to your dirty ass friends and family. And then once you start listening to all the people in your ear, then here come all your problems.
Right.
Come all your problems. They coming.
Never got it.
They coming down. Since you could not keep people out your ear, could not keep people out your business. Oh, them problems is coming now.
Never got it.
Come on with it, boy.
There's a lot of what you talking about. You know, it's not, you know, in my, my real town, but it was just what you said like that. I used to be with this one woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we have a disagreement, an argument, whatever, and then we talk it out, right? We come to some agreement and figure out how to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
She go talk to her mama or her cousin. I gotta have the same argument again. 3-4 times. Because now I gotta argue them.
Mm-hmm. With her. You're arguing them with her.
Mm-hmm. Like she's using their words.
Right.
Because I'm like, you don't need to talk like that. Wait a minute. No, you know what? That's how your mama talk.
Right.
You wouldn't talk to your mama, did you?
Right. You
So
know.
if I did, okay, so we gotta have this one again. Like this is, like that keeps down confusion. Like you said, that keeps down confusion. If, like you were saying before, if you do the things before this, if you were discreet, then you and your man would have had that. You know, we could have had that problem worked out, and you'd have been happy because we had the problem worked out. But this is what happens to our people. They want to keep our sisters. They want to tell everybody else, and then everybody get in their ear. Why? Because, like before, it's about the individual. And
Right.
and most of our people, it's sad to say, don't want to see us happy. They want to see everybody else around them suffering, so that they can feel better about what they're going through, or about what's going on in their life, or what's happening to them. They just want to make sure that you stay worse than they are.
Right.
They don't have to, do better, or improve their own selves or work on themselves, right? As long as you still worse than they are, oh, well, then they doing good. They ain't gotta do no self improvement. Just as long as you bad.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Jump back. We done with them?
Come on.
Okay. Jump back to 2nd Ezra 3 and start at 8.
Okay.
We did 7. Yeah, we on 8.
Okay. Verse 8. That's like book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 3, verse 8. And every people walked after their own will, and did wonderful things before thee, and despised thy commandments.
Now, don't think that don't think that this wonderful was some good things. You understand?
Right.
They say you did wonderful things. It's like, I can't believe you just did that.
Okay.
Look at what the hell they doing.
Okay.
You see this? You see what they doing over there?
Right.
Oh my God! Look at what he's doing.
Okay.
Look at her. You understand? It wasn't wonderful like, ooh, wow, they're great.
Right.
You understand? Because it says, and they despise thy commandments.
Okay.
So that's how you know this wonderful was not a good thing.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
They didn't build a business and were so successful. You understand? They wasn't cutting their grass and did the yard and it was, oh my God, it's so nice with the rocks and the fountain it was not that wonderful.
Right.
You understand? It was like, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Right.
Would you
Right.
come look at this?
Okay.
You understand? Come look at this.
Okay.
I can't believe my eyes.
It's like-
Come on, believe my eyes.
That's one of them where it's like, you know what? You need to see this because I had to see this.
Right. Right.
I had to witness. You got to see it too.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
so like,
This
and
is
to
not a
day,
good
it's
thing.
the same thing.
Right.
This
This
was
was
the
definitely
same
not a good thing.
Right.
Despising the Most High and His commandments is never good. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 9. And again, in process of time, thou broughtest the flood upon the world. It's like, upon those that dwelt in the world and destroyedest them.
Okay, keep going.
Verse 10. And it came to pass in every of them that as death was to Adam, so was the flood to these.
Keep going.
Verse 11. Nevertheless, one of them thou leftest, namely Noah, with his household, of whom came all righteous men.
Came who?
All righteous
Came
men.
all righteous men. Now, you got to know the line. You understand? Knowing the line of men is important. Okay? Keep going.
Verse 12. And it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply and had gotten them many children and were a great people, they began again to be more ungodly than the first.
Good night. You hear that? You hear that? They turned around. It's like they turned around and began to teach their children, and we became more ungodly than the first. You understand? Like, this was ridiculous. You know? The Most High gave Adam the laws for us to keep. And he turned around, and the only somebody that retained what Adam taught, Noah was one of his grandsons. You understand? Great grandson, right? Not grandson. Noah. It was a great grand.
Like great or great.
Yeah, great or great. One of those. It's like he turned around. He's the only one that retained it. You understand? Like, for instance, you ever seen a person with a big family that had like 9 children, and only 1 or 2 of them are so-called good. You know what I'm saying? Did something in their life, try to go to college and try to be on the right path. And the rest of them is just out there doing whatever. Man, that's Noah. And out of Noah, he was the only one that followed. Come on with it.
That's Slovakia, but this all of this wicked stuff that is talking about before the flood and then after the flood, it is all mostly specifically talking about interracial relationships.
Yeah.
The most High God destroyed the earth because of those interracial relationships.
Yeah.
After the flood, when all men were together.
Right.
And they were all of one tongue. That's the wickedness that it's talking about, where they had to choose Abraham out of that.
Right.
Because everybody, look, we ain't supposed to all be together. We're supposed to keep the laws of the Most High God. And one of the things that we do continually as a people is what to mix with everybody else. And that is the sin that they're talking, that he's specifically talking about.
Yeah.
And that's how we go into these other sins against the Most High God. If we weren't mixing with these other nations, we would not pick up the things that they're doing.
Right.
If we weren't, trying to be in love with the so-called white man, we wouldn't want to be a gangster like he is. We wouldn't want to be a drug dealer or a drug user like he is. We wouldn't want to be a rapist or a pedophile like he is.
Right.
But all of that comes from just wanting to be with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. And you are absolutely correct. It's a damn shame we became more ungodly than the first.
God,
Like, we were just getting worse and worse and worse.
God.
You understand? Come on with it.
Verse 14. Verse 13. Now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them, whose name was Abraham.
Who?
Abraham.
Who?
Abraham.
Abraham. He chose this after Noah. You understand? Same thing. This is how you know the book goes together. You understand? When you pick up the old, I know it's off camera, but you got the original 1611 King James. The Apocrypha is there. And guess what? It's the same thing that already happened. He's reiterating what already happened in the Old Testament, in what they call the OT, right? And he's going over the story, right? He just said that the Most High chose a man whose name was Abraham. You understand? One of our forefathers. Keep going.
Verse 14. Him thou lovedest, and unto him only thou showedest thy will.
But to him only, not to everybody, not
That was
every
good.
nation of people. Not
That
one
was
out of
good.
every nation.
That was good.
Just Abraham.
That was good.
You understand? Keep going.
And it's like verse 15. And madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his
You
seed.
would never do what?
Forsake his seed.
Good night out there it is. He said it in Genesis 17 verses 1 through 7. He made that covenant with Abraham and his seed that followed.
That was good.
You understand? And now it's being said again. Now go to we get what you need?
I think you want 16.
You want to keep on? Give me some more.
Verse 16. And unto him thou gavest Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
and unto Isaac thou gavest Jacob and Esau.
Uh-huh.
As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee.
Who choose who?
Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee.
No, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Esau was his twin.
As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee.
Esau was a Hebrew too.
As for Jacob, thou didst choose him
He
to thee,
chose Jacob to thee.
and put by
He
Esau.
put by Esau, meaning he put him on the back burner. He put him to the side. He put him away. You understand? He wasn't even dealing with him at all. He
As-
put Esau by. You understand? He ain't pick him up.
Right.
He ain't say come along. He ain't say you get a piece also. You got rid of him. That's what that means to put him by. You got rid of him. You understand? He wasn't a part of the covenant, man. And it says it right here in the scripture. This is why we say Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not just to be mean and cruel to Esau. The Most High said it. Right here in the Bible. Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob. And then the Israelites. Come on with it.
That's a lot. It didn't even mention
It
Ishmael.
ain't mention him.
Like he's not even a factor. Like
He's a
you
non-factor.
you never had a chance.
Come
Like
on
so,
with it.
so as many of our brothers and sisters that want to try to slide Ishmael in there, he's not even a thought.
He's not.
Like at least Esau had a thought. Ishmael
God.
never had a thought.
God.
Like
God.
you can't slide that in there. And
Mhm.
and slide you real quick.
Come
But
on.
it was something I had looked up when we were talking a little bit more about Islam, but it's the term Balalians, right?
Mhm.
Now, I'm gonna just read I'm gonna just read what it says to show you exactly what Kat was saying is your theology.
Mhm.
Balalians, name used by African American Muslims, refers to Bilal, the black slave of Muhammad.
Mm. Mm.
Bilal's importance as the first Muslim muezzin, which is the dude who stands on the top of the building and sings the prayers and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, he's a singer. His ardent support for early Islam and his favorite status under Muhammad made him an important symbol of black honor and dignity, major themes of early African American Islam.
Good.
You
Right.
are a slave in that religion.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
your greatest example is the slave to the Arab. That is who you are. You follow this prison doctrine is a slavery doctrine.
Slave doctrine.
Just
Right.
like Christianity.
Yeah.
So, just like you were saying earlier, they don't, of course they don't think about you. You follow the footsteps of their slaves.
Right. Right. Right.
What do you, they're not helping you.
Right.
You the slave. And your biggest example, and I looked at that from, that term came from Elijah Muhammad.
Mm.
The Balali. That term came from Elijah Muhammad, and then his son tried to rename the Nation of Islam the Balalians.
Mm.
After he immediately after he died, because that's how deeply ingrained that is. That the people that you follow, they are saying we are slaves to these Arabs.
Yeah.
We're not equal. We follow the example of the slaves.
Yeah. and they want to be the slave.
Count on the kind, sir.
Me, I want to be the conqueror.
That's right.
You understand? I want to be the ones that's going to put those that put us in slavery. I want to be slave master over them.
Right.
You understand? That's what we want to be in ISUK.
Yeah, right.
We don't want to be equal to our oppressor. You understand? We want our king to return to put him in his place.
Oh,
Right.
God.
And turn around and do what the Most High said we were going to do. What's that in Ezekiel? Where he said we're going to take out his vengeance. You understand? On Edom by our hands. You understand? The Lord is going to, oh my God, there was a cat in his room earlier that I could not wait to pull that scripture out. And I was going to smash it, but I got busy doing some other stuff. And show him, because he said, man, ain't going to be no slave, you're going to be a boss in the kingdom. Nigga, no, we're going to be slave masters in the kingdom.
Damn right.
That's what we're going to do.
How that?
He said, you ain't gonna be no beating on nobody and whooping nobody with no pick no kind. Oh, yes we are.
Count on the kind.
Yes we are. And it said, show me a scripture where we're gonna put hands on people. Oh, I got it. I'm ready. I'm ready when you are. You understand? Come on.
They don't know the book.
They don't.
Cause just as bold and as arrogant as he was when he said that, he honestly thought you didn't have a scripture for that. Where it plainly says,
Yeah.
and how we were going to, if I'm not mistaken, he said, break them to shivers.
Yeah.
But, you don't read the book.
How we gonna do that?
You don't Christians do not follow the Bible. Like
They don't.
this is the argument I get with people all the time about, oh, well, why don't y'all just get along Christians? Because we believe in the Bible. Well, Christians, no, they don't. They don't even know it. And then when you tell them something in it, they look at you like you lost it.
Right.
Like I was telling you, I was at the slavery one time, and we ended up on talking about Christ, and I was like, nah, Christ ain't just cool with everybody that don't. Like, listen, if you don't want to follow the laws, if you don't want to do what Christ said, then Christ wants you dead.
Right.
He's like, no, he don't.
So,
Those who are not that I rule over them, bring them and slay them at my feet. These are in red, and Christ said it. He said to kill them in front of him, at my feet. That means right in front of me. But they don't, you don't even know the New Testament.
No.
Like, that's why you don't know what the laws are, because you don't even know what Christ said.
Right.
But that's what Christ said. Because had they believed Moses, they would believe him.
Yeah.
But they don't believe Moses or Christ.
Absolutely. Neither one. They hate them all. You understand? They hate both of them. They hate the Most High. Christians actually hate God. Don't get fooled by all that shabala, and slobbing and foaming at the mouth and saying Jesus until you get tongue-tied. You understand? You ain't speaking in no damn tongues. You saying Jesus, and then you turn around and you get tongue-tied. That's good. Go ahead.
I've seen somebody do that till they threw up.
Good.
In the middle of just
and they thought that was the Lord, huh?
That was the demons coming out.
Oh, you know it. You know half of them fake that nonsense, but half of them are possessed by the living. The ones that be going nuts and crazy, them the ones that actually got the demons. The ones that that routinely do they two-step thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The same way, same two-step. Nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get demons periodically. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that freak out, those are the ones that got the demons. You understand? They have exorcists. You understand? Come on with it, ball. Keep reading. Oh, matter of fact, now jump to get a couple laws, and then we get close to the time. So, I mean, not a couple laws, but go to, I said, Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. 12 and 6.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
The Most High hateth sinners. He hates sin, man. It's in the Bible. He does not love the sinner. It's like, go ahead, keep.
But I thought God hates the sin and loves the sinner.
Right.
But see, this is exactly the point that I just said this. Christians do not know, understand, or believe the Bible. It's a lie. Christians do not know, understand, or believe in the Bible, right? They don't believe in what Christ said. They don't believe the Most High, and it is because, and we as a people think that we know God. We think that we love Christ. We think that we love the Most High God. But it's because we've been deceived into believing that just showing up on a Sunday and giving you money and shouting and sweating and singing is what pleases the Most High God, and it does not. Right? That is a song and a dance and a circus, and it's meant to keep you entertained. It's meant to give you specific feelings. That is the reason why, when you go to church, the songs are selected in a certain order, right? To make sure that the mood is set correctly, that everything feels right, right? And that's why you got those old hymnals where it said, "I wouldn't have no religion, I couldn't feel sometimes." Because it's about a feeling. It's not about what the Most High God says. And like we just read, it said the Most High hated sinners. Mm-hmm. But it sounds nicer to say that He loves the sinner and hates the sin. But it doesn't make sense. So you hate rape, but you love the rapist. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't work that way, right? You hate the rapist because they rape. Right. Like, that's how it works. Right. But we understand that practically, but we think the Most High God is crazy.
Right. Like, how could you put him in prison or kill him if you love him?
Right.
You understand? Like, it makes no sense. And something else they was doing. They kept defending, in the same room earlier, they kept coming up there and defending pedophiles. They kept saying, is a pedophile the same as a thief? The judgment is different. That's the difference in the judgment. As what was the difference between a person that steals and a person that molests children? And they say, oh, nothing. That's what they were saying. I said the judgment, that's what's different. Like these Christians, man, I'm telling you, we got to get them out the way. You understand? Come on with it.
So that's because they know nothing of the law.
Nothing.
Like they think, they think that they know what they're saying that they don't have to keep, right? The laws are not just laws, but they're also rules on what happens if you break that law. Mm-hmm. Like if you steal something, there may be there's a price you have to pay, and to the person that you stole, and then I believe it's still a sacrifice that you have to give as well at the temple. If you're a pedophile, we put you in front of a wall and build one on top of your head with the bricks we throwing at you. That's the difference. Right. But you don't know that because you're a Christian. Right. And you think you know the Bible, but you have no idea what it even says in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Finish that up and let's rock to the next one.
Kind, sir. And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
You will repay vengeance unto the ungodly. Y'all didn't say nothing about He just loved you so. He's just so crazy about you. Because as a sinner, God hates you. And He's going to repay you. With a vengeance. Not with, oh, I love you. How are you? Hi, Mr. Rapist. Hi, Mr. Pedophile. Hi, Mr. Drug Dealer. Welcome to the neighborhood. No.
Right.
No. You're going to get punished. Keep reading.
And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
He keepeth them, meaning that you're going to live to see it.
Right.
You think you're going to do all of this filthy stuff, and then one day when judgment comes, it's going to happen once you go down in the grave and go up to be with the Lord. You think it's going to happen then? No, it's going to turn around. It's going to happen now and then. That's what you better be watching out for, because you're going to turn around, you're going to get punished now, and when you go back, when you die, you're going to get judged again. You understand? So you better quit playing with the Most High. You better stop thinking that He loves you regardless of the things that you do. He doesn't. He's not a fool. You are. Okay? Jump to Ecclesiastes 15, verses 13 through 17.
Ecclesiastes chapter 15, verse 13. The Lord hateth all abominations.
He hate what?
All
He
abominations.
hate all abominations, man. Not just no one or two things. Not how we weigh out crime.
Right.
Like, oh, he used to steal out the store. Oh, okay, well, you from oh, you killed somebody? No, you can't come here. You understand?
Right.
We don't. No, the Most High, he hate all abominations.
Okay.
Okay, and every single sin is an abomination to the Most High. He hates all of it.
Right.
He hates every single time you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian break his laws, and he hates you too for
Right.
breaking the law. Okay, keep going.
Okay. And they that fear God love it not.
Okay, so you don't turn around and love. If you fear God, you don't love abomination. You don't love to sin. You understand? You don't turn around and, oh man, I can't wait to smoke that blunt. You know that that's an abomination. So you don't smoke the blunt. You don't love selling drugs because you know that that's an abomination to the Most High. So you don't sell drugs. You love not those abominations. Come on, Ball.
It's lucky. So I mean, I guess that would mean that you can't have that gay flag at your church now either. Then can't.
You said you can't have who?
You know how all these churches got the gay flags painted on the front and hanging from.
Good. Oh, I have. Yep. I've seen
What's it? I think what United right there down on
I've
Delmar,
seen a
right?
couple of them.
Coming up there, kind of sir.
Good.
They got the gay flag right next to their church logo.
Good. Nice.
Got a whole rainbow and got a flag flying in the back. Oh, listen, these churches out here got these Jewish synagogues. They have them out there too. Like, but I thought it said that if you fear God, then you don't love those abominations. So how can your pastor allow, that tambourine playing there every Sunday and giving them spotlights and paying these ministers of music,
Right.
what they call them now,
Yeah.
and knowing that that's promoting this abomination that the Most High God hates.
He hates. He hates homosexuality.
But it's
It is.
alternative lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different way.
Yeah. Okay. That's a F6. That's what it is for sure. Yep. Keep reading.
Verse 14. He himself made man from the beginning and left him in the hand of his counsel.
Mm-hmm. He
Verse-
left him in the hand of his counsel. The Most High created us, and he didn't just create us, and that's a beautiful thing. You understand? He didn't just create us and then just say, go with what you know.
Right.
You understand? He turned around and gave us the way to live. He left. That's what we're talking about when he left us in his counsel. He gave us his law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? That's what he said. He left us, created us in the beginning, and he left us in his counsel. Okay, so it was Adam's responsibility to be teaching it to all of his descendants after. They didn't keep it. They broke it. They didn't. The rest of them didn't keep it until Noah, and then now till Abraham. Keep going.
Verse 15. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, verse 16, he hath set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whither thou wilt.
Okay, so the Lord will put two things before you. Now, this right here will kill, and this is right along with other scriptures that will kill that God gave you free will theory. You understand?
Right.
He turned around and he said two things before you: water and fire. All right? That's what he put before you. And keep going. He said
Verse
what?
17.
He said put those two before you to do what?
It says, stretch forth thy hand unto whither thou wilt.
Now, stretch forth your hand. You got a choice you can make.
God.
Now you got the freedom of choice, but these are your two options. You ain't got no will. You understand? And what gets me is how people do not understand that free will is not freedom of choice. You understand? Free will means that you choose, and whatever happens after that, you chose it. No drug dealer chooses to get caught.
Right.
No drug dealer chooses to get robbed.
Right.
If it was their will, they would fall today. Well, they wouldn't fall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was finna say ball till they fall, because they know the fall coming.
Right.
But they wouldn't fall if they had their way. And you don't with the Most High. It's just how it is. You understand? This is how it is, man. And you got to live with it or die with that.
Right.
Whichever one, it's up to you. You stretch forth your hand and choose which one you want. Keep going,
Right.
Paul.
Come down, sir. Verse 17.
Mhm.
But for man is life and death.
That's that water and that fire. You got life and death before you. That's it. These are your only two options, man. Choose wisely.
Right.
You understand? Come on with it.
And whither him liketh, it's like, whether him liketh shall be given him.
So if you love life, that's what you're going to get. Because that's what you're going to choose. That's the way you're going to choose. But if you love death, oh my God, some people just, I see some people still talking about, man, I can't win for lose. And you hear them, you see that, you hear that over and over and over. It's like, damn, why won't you get on a winning team? You understand? Why won't you change teams, man? Like, stop being a loser.
Right.
That's why I joined the ISUPK.
Yeah, right.
I joined a team of winners. You understand? And we win every time. Never lost.
Man, right.
100,000 and over. You
Never
understand?
got it, sir.
Come on, man. Like, stop it. But I see people all the time, that just stay on that losing streak and can't get off of it. All right, jump to Galatians chapter 3 and verse 29, then we're going to get up out of here.
The book of Galatians, chapter 3, verse 29.
Go ahead.
And if ye be Christ,
If he be who?
Christ,
If he be Christ, right? These Christians, they love claiming to be following after Christ. If that was true, keep going.
then ye are Abraham's seed.
You are what?
Abraham's seed.
You are Abraham's seed. And what did the Most High say for Abraham and his seed to be doing? Was keeping his law.
Right.
You understand? That's that covenant that he made with Abraham. And the new covenant, which is Christ. Guess what? Still Abraham's seed. And it still consists of keeping all of God's laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the class. Shalom, Israel.